Hi Aries, welcome to your June 2018 monthly readings. I am trying to get the signs out first that I was delayed on in May. Hopefully everybody's having a fabulous month. So I pre-shuffled the decks, meditated on them, I'm doing them similar to the way I did them last month, so it takes a little bit of time. I already shuffled two of them and cards came out. The third deck I'll just shuffle on camera. So Aries, you seem to have an energy here of some sort of lesson. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the word lesson. There's some sort of lesson. I'm not sure what it is, but the word lessons came through. So we'll see if we can pick up on that a little better. So we have the first set of cards are affirmation cards. They're things you may want to say to yourself in the morning time in the mirror. Something you may want to repeat to yourself every morning, at least for the month, or a couple of days throughout the week. Could be highly beneficial for you guys. Hopefully this sounds good. I'm in a different location. I'm just down by the beach, rented a place. I just needed a little time to get away to get some stuff done. So the first card we got is I am valuable. The next card you got is I am light. I like this card. We have I am connected. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I really like this card, you guys. This card here is one of the really good friend cards. It's also the Apprentice card. So there's something that I don't know what the lesson is. Maybe it'll come through in the reading, but there's something here that you need to work on. And you're going to have to be patient with yourself. And honestly, with the I am valuable above it, it may be like self-value. It may be, and Aries have a tendency to put a lot of other people ahead of themselves. But you need some sort of lesson here of it's kind of like balancing out your personal needs and others' needs. It's not to tip the scales on one side or the other, because it kind of seems like in this reading, you've been giving, and we go over this quite often, Aries, you've been giving a lot in a specific area to others, and it's at an expense and sacrifice to yourself, okay? It's like your self-worth, your self-value. It's like you're not taking the time to rest. You may be doing too much for others. But this is also about learning, okay? Because it is the Apprentice card. This is the avid learner, all right? This person fact checks facts, okay? So this also is saying take everything with a grain of salt that you're hearing, okay? Because there could be, I don't have the Seven of Swords here or anything, but it's just the card is warning you of your instincts are going to be on point. And if somebody comes in and tries to get you off balance, or there's a situation that you're suspecting that something is off, okay, there's something off, all right? So it's like taking things with a grain of salt, okay? And this guy here, if it is a friend that comes in, it's the realist, okay? This person will give you cold hard facts, okay? They may not be, because they're the realist, they're just going to give it to you the way it is. That's what I'm getting. No sugarcoating. It's a slow mover. So this person has observed the situation. Okay, so if there's a situation occurring, it is saying that you want to study it and observe it. You want to stand back. You want to separate yourself mentally and emotionally, just to gain some clarity. Okay, because you could be too attached to some sort of situation or outcome, is what it's saying. Okay, and this also means that while you're working on yourself here, there may be an area that you have to improve on. And I'm going to say it's communication, because the next card you have is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords are mental, it's thought, and it's verbal. Okay, it's communication. So your communication, the foundation of that does need to be worked on. Okay, so this is like not allowing things to get past a point where you're going to explode, or you feel the need that you've gotten upset, or you're overwhelmed with the situation, if that occurs, it's because your throat chakra, you've kept it in too long and you've let the situation play out. Okay, like they're asking you, it's saying with I am light, okay, that you're gonna have like a natural instinct of when a situation is off or when you should speak up. And it's asking you to do that, okay? But be methodical in the way you handle it. Okay. And then you had an extra card that came out as well. You have the Four Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be for some of you guys, it's talking about finances. Okay, you need to grow your foundation. Okay, and foundation can come in many forms. Okay, just like relationships come in many forms. As if you've been with me for a while, you know that whenever I bring up relationships, I always stress that relationships come in all forms. They come in the form of partnership, family members, which could be your siblings, your parents, could be coworkers, could be best friends. All right. In some manner, your foundation. So it could be your foundation with family members, your foundation with work. It's practical matters though. So it's in an everyday, it's a day-to-day type thing. When you're not connected to your inner self, you get really off balance is what the cards are showing. And you got to work on that. And it affects you in the day-to-day life. So it could be like healthier even too, like not sleeping, not eating properly. That stuff needs to be taken care of. Like if you're working all week, really long hours, well then you need to ensure that you have 2 days to balance yourself out. Okay, and this is also a I believe it's a Jupiter in Capricorn. Okay, so Saturn's actually in Capricorn right now. But whatever your foundation is that you're working on, it's saying that, okay, if you're going to get frustrated and stuff, that things aren't going the way they're supposed to, this card is saying that it's going to be a long, slow, methodical process. And there's learning that needs to happen in order for you to gain that stable foundation. Even if you have a foundation now, it is saying that you do need to work on things. And I am seeing somebody, like, you emotionally shop. You shop a lot when you're off balance. And there's some sort of, it's coming through stability at home. You have the Star card here underneath, which is hope, faith, and renewal. And I'm getting like Pandora's box. Okay, and Pandora's box was quite dangerous because of the fact that in the box held hope. Okay, and hope is humanity's, I don't want to say weapon, it's a massive weapon, because with hope, things change, right? If people have faith and hope, you can, that's when revolutions start, people fight back, they don't accept things for what they are because they have faith and hope, so they keep pushing forward. I'm seeing like the little engine that could. But there's some sort of instability at your home, and it's due to, well, it says I am connected. So there's a misconnection at home. Oh, you got the Knight of Pentacles again on top of the Knight of Pentacles. It flipped out. So, I mean, the cards are stressing to be very patient. Okay? And they're also stressing that you have things to learn. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is even like, this is the guy, it's the avid learner, like I said, the apprentice, okay? Lifelong student. This guy fact checks facts. Also the realist, like I said, but this is a guy who goes out and gets the help that he needs, okay? So if he needs to get his finances in order, or she, then they go directly out and they see an accountant or a financial advisor, okay? Also a person who plans ahead of time, which means like for the future. You do have the Four of Pentacles. You may be doing things on a day-to-day basis and thinking about the week ahead, and it's asking you to kind of like look more towards long term with Jupiter and Capricorn, that's long term. Okay, that's a slow expansion. Okay, you may want to expand in some manner or change something up. It could be like where you move, like moving, your finances. Okay, this is talking about, well, then budgeting. Okay, that's really important. Budgeting. Okay, this is also simple things. This guy is quite thrifty as well. You got him here. He's quite thrifty, or she. Uh, so it's like if you have spaghetti and you've made spaghetti, okay, and you got a lot of sauce left over, instead of like throwing it out, it's simple things like putting it in a Ziploc bag or a container and freezing it, and then you have a meal for whenever you want to eat it. Okay, you can do that with a lot of different things, but this is being practical, making changes in your budget. Okay, small, simple things add up in the long term, like making your coffee at home instead of going to Starbucks. Okay, if you buy your coffee out every day, that's like, anywhere from $3 to $5 a day. If you're buying a couple of them, it adds up. All right, so it's like being wise about your finances. Okay, because you may have a rainy day in the future. So what you need to know is you are valuable. Okay, and you can be practical. It's saying you can be very practical, you can be very methodical. Those are all, like, Aries is, the emperor, okay, or if you're a female, the empress, okay, and you don't get to that point just by being foolish, okay. You need to follow your intuition for, like, if you want to move or you want to work somewhere else, you need to follow your intuition with that, okay. There's still room for improvement though, Aries. Okay, in some manner, you're still a knight. Okay, so whether you're 50, 60, 70, okay, you're 20, 30, 40, okay, in some manner, in the material aspect, being grounded, you're still a knight. Okay, and that's not bad. We all need to knock down to a knight, okay? Because if you're stuck up in the queen phase or the emperor phase, they can be a little hard-headed and think they're always right, and there's no room for growth. This is room for growth. All right, things need to be improved, and they can be improved. Okay, and it's practical everyday things. So it's like if you work all the time, then with the Four of Wands, it's affecting your family foundation, and you need to be home more. Okay, to ground things and balance things out. Okay, because you have I am light here. Okay, so like picture a garden, all right? Your home, your family, they're your garden. Okay, so a garden will not grow unless you water it and unless you have light on it, sunlight, right? So if you're not home, well, then things are pretty dark and bleak, all right? Communication's not happening, there's separation happening, and it seems like you're struggling to balance things out here, okay? But your struggle is all mental, it's in your mind, okay? You need to get out of your mind and practically apply it. This could be even like, okay, if you're having car issues, well, then you need to like research. This is research. Taking things with a grain of salt is important. So it's like not believing the mechanic right off the bat, going to another mechanic, getting a second opinion, or if you're moving, you want to know all the details. You want to make sure things are written down, that they state that they're going to change. You could even have a child here that is moving. They could have strong earth in their chart. Okay, you could also have two children. Okay, because two knights. One is like, okay, if you have two children, I'm seeing one is very self-sufficient. Okay, and very stubborn. I can see stubborn. But you see, he's not moving in this card, or she's not moving. Okay, so they're firm with, I don't want to say who they are, but like what they're trying to do or achieve. Okay, like they're grounded. Okay, and then you have this one here who could be your other child. You may have more than like two children. This one you may be nurturing back to health because they're moving. Like there's movement happening in this card. And he's like focused on the pentacle. And this card, he's not looking at the pentacle, he's holding the pentacle. So he knows his self-value, or she knows his self-value. This one is like materialism may get out of hand. It's kind of what I'm getting. So like if you're too focused on material aspects, that can disrupt the emotional balance in your home, your stability. Okay, so this is like planning romantic getaways with people, a family time out, beach days. I'm gonna head to the beach after I do these videos, if I get them done today, because I can't go unless I hold myself accountable. It's discipline, and these cards are like discipline too. Okay, there needs to be like, because I got the sensation of you just go, right? Like, but the manner in which you're doing that is getting you off balance. You have the Ace of Wands. I love this card, you guys. I say that with a lot of these cards. But you have an Aquarius energy in here. Okay? And Aquarius energy is ascension. That's how I interpret Aquarius energy. It's very out there in the ethers. Okay? And Pisces comes afterwards. It's in some manner, Aries, I'm getting it again. Your communication, you've been holding back. Okay, and it's going to come out in a, if you're bottling it up, it's just going to come out in a burst of energy. All right, and then you're going to feel bad. You'll reflect on it and you'll learn from it. If it happens, it happens. Okay, that's a learning thing. But with the Ace of Wands, it's like the cyborg, right? The cyborg doesn't have feelings. That's how I interpret this card, right? But the cyborg's seeing this rose, which is like intriguing to it because it's never seen it before, all right? And there's also like this, I don't know if it's a galaxy or something like that behind it, like kind of fire it. But like a cyborg doesn't feel. It's like you've shut your feelings off to practically get things done. And it's like there needs to be order. There's some sort of like chaos here. And like it's groggy in the mind. It's groggy. Okay, like don't panic. You could be panicking over a passion here. Don't rush things. It is saying what you need to know is that this is a month where you need to be grounded and practical and not move so quickly. Okay? On your passions and your desires. What you need to show is, like, I'm getting your communication. You can make decisions. It's kind of like including people, like talking about things. Even if you're going to do things in the way that you want, you still want to like try to talk about things with people because they can. It's like if you have a perception of something and then you speak about it with somebody else and they have a different perception of something, okay, it can create a third perception. So the perception you walked in with and they walked in with can be completely different when you walk out. You may not even see things from the set of eyes that you did when you walked into the situation. You might not even agree with the other person, but talking about it with that person can ground you and practically it can, what I'm getting is make you see things differently. Your intuition is strongly important. You're going to be like on point. All right. Like you're also going to be manifesting. I'm seeing a book here. Like you may be stuck on a book here. You're practically working on it. You got like a lot of pages. I'm seeing like crumpling it up and then tossing it. So you may just want to, if you're having a creative block, this is usually a yes card, the Ace of Wands, but it's also ideas. They're quick ideas. They're sparks. They're fast. All right. So you want to write things down. But if you're writing a book and you're stuck on a section, you may want to use like, what do they call that? Like the bubble method, which is like you start with the thought bubble in the center and you web it out into different categories. or even if you're trying to troubleshoot or having problems, all right? Lists are very important for you guys. You could be forgetful because you've got a lot on your mind. Your mental stability is quite important. So again, Aries, take a break. Okay, like you need to offload some things here too, which means you may need to get an assistant. This is an assistant. This could be a babysitter. It could be housekeeping, or doctors are really important. Going to get your yearly checkup. Okay, whether you're a man or a female, it doesn't matter how old you are. Okay, if you have certain conditions that run in the family, you really want to pay attention to that. Okay, and do get your yearly checkups. Okay, you have the 2 cups underneath. 1 second, you guys. Sorry, guys, that was housekeeping. It's funny. I brought up maybe you need help with the house. Okay, that might be driving you nuts. I do feel like, Aries, if you have 2 children here, okay, but one of them, I'm getting a strong energy of one of them. It's like an entrepreneur, okay, so they got plans and things that they want to get done, and this can throw like a curveball at you. Okay, you have the 6 of Cups. I just got with the 6 of Cups, like there's well, one, for some of you, your children have some importance. There's like nurturing, mothering, nurturing came through. 2, there's somebody in the, like, whatever you believe in, the ether, spiritual realm, that's protecting you, and they will guide you. Okay, they're going to give you signs and symbols, is what I'm getting. You've got little gifts here. Okay, Aries, so what they kind of want you to know is, Aries, it's not about the big things in life. Okay, it's about the little things that matter. And I always say, okay, when it comes to finances, spending money on big ticket items, okay, they will fulfill you temporarily. Okay, it's not long-term fulfillment. It's usually filling a void and stuff like that happen. If you're going to spend money, you want to spend it on experiences. Okay, because experiences, they hold memories behind it. And at the end of the day, when we're all nobody's getting out alive. Okay, at the end of the day, you can't take that stuff with you. Okay, what matters is what's in your heart and the things that you've done throughout your life. But what I'm getting is sentimental things. With I Am Connected, the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups, it's what you need to grow. Okay, so you need to grow your foundation and making practical decisions, so things don't end up like the past. Okay, so you want to, with the Knight of Pentacles, you want to sit down and you want to meditate. You want to see where you are now, if you are tending to things in the same manner that you did in the past. This guy's looking at the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you want to ensure, because the definition of insanity, okay, Albert Einstein says this, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Okay, in whatever manner that applies to your life. Could be with home, family, finances, relationships, the way you handle your children. Okay, in some aspect, okay, you're doing things in the same manner, and that pattern needs to break here. There's a wheel moving and it needs to break. You need to pause, and you need to ensure that you're not, like, reflect, and you're not doing things the way you did in the past. Okay, because you want forward movement, you don't want backward movement. Okay, and you've got to be patient with yourself and not so hard on yourself, Aries. Okay, what you need to show is with I Am Light, the 2 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands is Your intuition is on key is what I'm getting. I keep getting that. But you need to show your passions and your desires, your excitement, okay? The Ace of Wands, that is a very Aries energy, okay? That's like the start of something. It's getting it done, okay? It's writing things down. It's creativity. You may need to be outdoors in the fresh air to get it done, but you also have a lot of energy, Aries, and you need to exert that in a grounded way. So your health could be very important, like an exercise regime or the way you're eating things. Oh, a lot of noises, you guys. Hold on one second. All right. It's a fire alarm test where actually yesterday the fire alarm went off and we all had to, like, everybody left the building where number 14 can have some importance to you guys. They just announced number 14 on the PA there, some sort of test. So maybe that has a meaning for you guys, you know, like there could be two things happening here with what you need to show. One, that you can include others in your decision making, or two, that you can tame your passions and make grounded decisions. Okay, that's what I'm getting. What you need to grow is I'm connected. You have the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So Six of Cups is nostalgia. Okay, so it's like if you're in a relationship, this is talking about what you need to grow is the connection in your relationships. So it can be with family members and stuff like that too. Okay. Well, actually, if it's for family members, what I'm getting, like if it's with your children and your children are older, you may be looking at them still as like a child. And that's, you know, like I'm not a parent, so I can't really, you know, I don't know what that's like, but there may be an issue here of like they're growing up, so you have to see them as a growing up and allow them to make their own decisions. And it may, so I'm getting like choked up here. It may, like, I don't want to say hurt you, but it's like a new phase that your children are in, and it's hard for you to accept because you're gonna have to accept the next phase in your life. Okay, and it's a journey. It's new. All right. In your romantic relationships, this is saying with I am connected, your foundation, you need to be making everyday little practical, it's like doing one thing a day. It can be small, like just small things like writing a note, sending a sweet little text message. It could be like making breakfast for your partner, male or female, okay? It's little hugs and kisses, walks. It's like getting connected back to the roots is what I'm getting. So like things that you may have done in the beginning of the relationship, you need to bring that back in. Okay, relationships, again, they're like a garden. You need to water them. You need to have sunlight on them. Okay, with I am light. Okay, if you're not home all the time, if you're not communicating with your partner, if you're making decisions on your own and leaving them out, if something's wrong and you're not communicating it and it's getting you passionately like off balance, or you feel the passion is missing, well, the work has to be applied there, and you can't just point the finger. It takes two to tango. Okay, like it's saying that you need to get grounded and bring those things back into play. Okay, as far as work's concerned, work looks really good. Just take things with a grain of salt. That's important. Trust your intuition. Your inner peace is really important. And like I'm seeing an eye. Okay, so like don't be concerned about things. There's, you know, whatever you believe in sees all and knows all. All right. So at the end of the day, if something's happening and you feel like, why is this happening to me? It's part of your journey. All right. It's a lesson that you need to have in order for your, I'm going to say quest, to achieve your mission. It's the apprentice. This month is very much a learning phase. So you don't want to react too quickly. You want to step back and observe. Okay, even like other situations with people playing out at work and stuff, you want to observe those situations and try to take in as much information as you can, and use that information and apply it for yourself. Okay, because the universe may give you foresight, as in somewhere down the road, you may open a business, you may move in with a person, you may have a child, and like right now, none of that's happened, but you're going to see like a coworker or somebody talking about some sort of marriage issue that they have, or because I'm getting foresight and clear vision, or some sort of issue somebody's having when they're renting a place, okay, or like an issue they're having with their bank or a mortgage. You want to listen to that and observe it, because it's foresight for you. It's almost like information that you need to help your personal growth, and it's something that you can like take in and be aware of. It's like foresight, so you know that it's not going to happen to you. It's like you're going to get information that will apply to you somehow. You're going to need, and it's what I'm getting. It's not going to be applied now, but it will apply to you in the future, if that makes sense. Okay, and just know that whatever your goals that you're trying to achieve, it is saying here that they're practical. Okay, it's good, but it's going to take time. You're going to have to, and you have some lessons, but you will be abundant. Okay, all right, you guys. Hopefully that helped you out. Namaste, and I will talk to you next month. Ciao for now.